You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 3 after 11 o'clock, 15 degrees downtown. Only 3 off our high of 18, so I think we may actually get there today. Monday, October 15th, and I am so elated. Literally, I've been waiting for this one for some time now, and coming out of Illinois, in fact, Jonesboro, Illinois, is the HOLLERBOYS. Good evening, boys. Nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
Now, let me get this right. We have Paul, we have Junior, and also at the same time, and I've lost my note. It's all been mixed up
Larry.
now. I was too busy reading my notes and got everything all mucked up.
Larry.
Larry is with us as well. Of course, Larry. I knew it was Larry. Larry's always there. He really, really is. Nice to have you guys with us. Now, tell me about this, because we've been following you for a little while now, and we watched the road trip, the video that you put all together on the way to the Josie Awards, and believe me, I think you had a bit of fun in that spa pool afterwards too. Now, what was it like to absolutely get told that you're going to be receiving an award, especially a Josie Award, and putting the whole trip together? Must have been a wonderful trip and a hell of a time had by all.
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, we had multiple nominations, and so we were just happy to be a part of it. And that was the biggest category that we were in, and then we won. It was just, I mean, we didn't know what to expect. You know, we were like, oh my God! It was crazy. It was fun.
Well, I tell you what, and literally we were absolutely elated to be able to get that piece of video from you guys, and we put it on our website, and everybody that comes along, believe me, they get nosy, they go and have a look at that, and of course all of this is going to be going on there soon. But at the same time, it took you a little while to get hold of us after that. Literally, we had Michelle Lee the next day doing an interview and telling us, now she's 6 times winner of the Josie Awards, so believe me, I was expecting you guys the day after.
It was crazy. The award show was how many hours? Like, it was about 7 all together by stopping and stuff. It took us about 7 hours to get home the next day. And of course, we didn't go to bed until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning after that night. So we were dragging the next day and back to our day jobs during the week. It was kind of crazy, but
I was kind of wondering if you actually did get any sleep that night. You guys looked like you were set for the night in that gazebo, that spa pool of yours. And believe me, kind of wondering about you and the pool ball, though. You know, do you often go dropping pool balls on people?
He was tired. We had a long night the first night down there, and that was Seth laying there, and he laid back down to go back to sleep. So I just stuck it over the rail, like, watch this, guys. So everybody was watching it except for him, obviously. I just let it go, and we put it in slow motion. He sounded like a bear. He's like, oh.
Well, I tell you what, my friend, believe me, I think you and I are going to get on like a house on fire, because I'm just that kind of guy too. I'd be the first person to do it. In fact, I think I'd beat you to do it, but poor Seth, never mind. At the same time, we better let everybody know the award that you won. You won 2018 Band of the Year.
Yep, Modern Country Band of the Year. We were excited. It was awesome.
Exactly. And believe me, taking that out, that's such a prestigious award. It really, really is. Now, did you each get one, or did you just get one for yourself?
We just got one.
It's around here somewhere. We had to share it.
Oh, look at that. Absolutely stunning. You know, I'm sure, Dad, you kind of look at it as an extra paperweight now. Somewhere to hold all that money that you got lying around. We just put that on top. You'll be right. Because I know you guys are making a copious amount of money. You were working last night doing a show. Now tell me all about last night's show.
We played at a bar about an hour north of us called Teddy's, and we play a lot of bar shows. It's like a 4-hour show. We've been doing some stuff with breast cancer, so we started selling pink koozies and just advertising that kind of stuff. Just one of our, we play by every weekend almost, but it's just one of our weekend shows.
Brilliant. Now, we just played, of course, Dip just a couple of minutes ago, and there's a couple of references in there for some liquid refreshments that we've been talking about, and I would dearly love you to be able to send me some of that, and believe me, I'll pay the tax, no worries. I've got a friend in the customs, he'll let it through. But moreover, tell me about the song itself. Where did you come from? Where did you get the lyrics for that?
So my wife and we were, I don't know how to get a subject, we were just being silly, and I said something about dip, and I was like, dip, and then we just started rhyming, just goofy rhyme, just dip, chip, slip, and we went to the studio, we were actually cutting Cal Tipsy that night, and we told the producers at Blue Creek, we were like, hey, what do you think about this? He was like, honestly, it sounds stupid, but it'd probably be a catchy song. So the next day I was driving to work, and then I got to work, listened to my head, I straight typed it in my phone, and that was the second song we put out.
Well, I got to be honest with you. We started the show with Dip, to be quite honest, because it is one of the more requested songs that we get here for you guys at Galaxy 107 FM. And believe me, I am absolutely elated to be able to play your work. I really, really am. Just a little wondering though, you were driving along this morning or this afternoon over there, listening to us here at Galaxy 107 FM with your wife. What's your lovely wife's name?
Jeanette.
Jeanette. Well, we've got to give her a shout out. I appreciate the comment that we have an accent. I kind of feel that we may actually do have an accent, but you know what it's like, right? I could say, I love your guys' accent. You go, what are you talking about, right? Same here. So thank you for noticing that, and believe me, I'm absolutely elated that you can get us in your car and travel around and listen to good music. Thank you for doing that. Now, at the same time, I want to talk to you about how we can get hold of you. Now, the fans have been asking me, because when we absolutely let our fans know that we're going to be doing an interview with a particular band, we ask people to send in their submissions of questions that they may like to ask you. And one of the paramount ones for you guys is, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? And do you respond?
Yes, we're on Facebook, and we all are on there, so if one of us is busy, the other one needs to try to respond. Also on our website, you can subscribe to emails on there. We're pretty active on Instagram as well, trying to stay active on Instagram. Basically, Facebook and Instagram are the quickest ways to get a hold of us.
Very, very cool. And I got to ask you, on your website too, by the way, do you have a merch store? Can people buy merchandise there?
You can book links to our music on there. We are in the process of getting hats ordered, and we have t-shirts. We're going to order some more because we sold them all. And we've all got hats on from our earrings. But we're getting ready, possibly even some HOLLERBOY underwear and CDs.
Love it, absolutely love it. I want a pair of those, especially I want to find out where you're going to put your logo, and I can't wait to show the wife those ones. Literally, yeah, fold these. Just wondering, by the way, if you're going to do a run of female underwear, maybe a couple of G-strings or so, and where would you put the logo there? Yeah, you can just see that. There's my daughter's underwear on the washing line. And the wife says to me, that's the daughter's washing. And I went, no. No. Not at all. But yeah, interesting concept, that one, for sure. And would you need a magnifying glass to see the logo on the G-string?
Possibly. We'll add that in the box. You get all magnifying glass.
Well, there you go. Something to look into. Now, Dad, what's it like growing up, having these guys around? I mean, they must be a tiring bunch to be able to hang out with.
I was laughing too hard to show. What was the question?
I was talking to Senior, and Senior, these guys are full of energy. It must be a hard job keeping up with these young fellas.
It is, yeah. Yeah, they wear me out.
Yeah, exactly. Believe me, I can kind of relate, and I think we're along the same age group, to be quite honest. But I would absolutely love to be in the area with your son working on stage and absolutely kicking it to every kind of audience you can find. Now, at the same time, guys, I've got to ask you, and let's set the scene here. You've got the venue, the band's on stage. Just before you go on stage, do you get the butterflies?
No, not really.
Just another day at work?
Yeah, just know that word.
Well, I tell you what, and this has happened to me in the past, to be quite honest with you, is I can perform in front of 1,000, 100,000, you know, massive crowds, not a problem. But the other day I had to go and do a speech, would you believe, for a bunch of 70-year-olds, and there was about 70 of them, and they were all sitting in chairs, just sitting there staring at me. I got to be honest with you, butt tight was the word.
Yeah, I'd probably be nervous at that.
Yeah, exactly. You're sort of looking at them going, my God, do I have to pay your pension or something? Because they didn't say a word. They just stared at you. It was like, I don't even want to think about them being naked. That's been passed on to me before. That's a horrible thought.
Wrong crowd for that.
That's the kind of porno movie you just would never go and pay for. It really is. But at the same time, it was a very successful, it was a business meeting, to be very honest with you. And once it sort of broke the ice with these people and got them laughing a little bit, things went a lot smoother. But it's just that initial couple of minutes, if you know what I mean, where you sort of look and go, oh my God, here we go, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, at the same time, I want to talk to you. And you're going to have to forgive me. I've kind of lost my glasses somewhere. Can you read that line for me, please?
Fast Lane Fantasy.
Fast Lane Fantasy, that's right. I knew that. It was just that I wanted to bring Barbara in here because she never gets a little bit of FaceTime and nobody ever hears from her. So I deliberately put my glasses. You see, I didn't lose my glasses. I was just having her on. But I want to know about Fast Lane Fantasy because, believe me, we're getting a huge response for this song. How did you come to this?
So, my wife and I, we were dating. She lived like an hour north of where I live. So, it would be time to like take her home at the end of the night, and sometimes you just don't want the night to end. And we just kind of had the idea, like, as long as there's been cars, probably even horse and buggy. Like, when the guy's taking the girl home, they take the long way home, and they decide not to go home. I'll leave it at that.
There's a lot concerned with your wife right now, isn't there? A couple of songs there definitely relating to the wife and her influences and everything like that. But, you know, lucky man, literally. There's not too many people in the world that can actually say they can pull that off, to be very honest. Normally you get pulled over on the side of the road by a police officer shining a light and asking you what you're doing. Do I need to give instructions? Do you want to have a decent look? But yeah, I understand, and it's a great way to be able to break the ice with everybody, is to be able to play this particular song, because believe me, we're getting a huge response for it. So here you are at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's the HOLLERBOYS and Fast Lane Fantasy. My wife doesn't inspire songs. Oh, did you hear that? I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. You know, you're very, very happy to write songs that are inspired by your wife. My wife doesn't inspire songs. She's going to see this later. She is.
I'll chop it out.
You'll chop it out? Yeah, that's what my wife says a lot.
No,
too.
we're not on. We're on Facebook Live, but we're not on air at the moment.
We're not on air. This is backstage. Guys, I'm going to talk to you next about, of course, we've got
Thanks everyone for
Field of
joining
Gold.
us.
Now, you've won a few awards with this, and I want to know all about that because, believe me, the fans want to know as well about all of your achievements. Having said that, I also want to talk to you about possibly getting you guys down here, down under, because believe me, the stats that we're getting for you guys is just ridiculous. It really is, and I think it might actually pay to talk about doing a couple of shows down here. So I'll ask you about that. at the same time, through this, I will also throw in how we can buy your music on Amazon and iTunes and Spotify and places like that as well. Simply because I think that people should always go and buy music rather than try and get it for nothing. It's hard for an artist and a band to be able to put this together. They should be rewarded with a bit of gratuitous money, I feel. So we'll go down that road next, and at the same time, absolutely love Field of Gold. I really, really do. It's not my favourite, but it was one of the songs that actually nailed me when I first heard your work.
Oh, Beamer's on. Hi, Beamer.
Oh, Beamer Wiggly's on.
Yeah.
Hey, Beamer, how are you, buddy? Nice to have you join us, Beamer. Thank you. If you don't know who Beamer Wiggly is, believe me, 15 years of old, absolutely a sensation in the country music industry. He really, really is. Coming out of British Columbia.
Hey, Boomer.
And if you see me make funny faces or something every now and again, Barbara's literally trying to put me off. She does it every show. She tries to trip me up and do all sorts of things. So believe me, every now and again you might see a strange reaction out of me. Usually I'm quite professional, I can get through it. But sometimes she does things that really, really freak me out. You do. Also, through this, and I've been told that you want to send some t-shirts and CDs and stuff like that. We'd love that. We'd love to be able to do a competition to keep you guys rolling here. So please, 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 we would love that. But if you're going to send anything for Barbara,
I've already told him that.
they got big, she's got big lungs. Big lungs. Let's go back to the desk.
Oh, poor. Oh, you make them blush. Poor guys.
Ah, dear, dear, dear. Right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 21 after 11 o'clock at 15 degrees downtown. Not warm yet, but we're heading there. We really, really are. 18 degrees is our high. I kind of feel that we might actually get up to 20 today. Monday, October 15th, and I'm absolutely elated by this. I really, really am. Joined by 3 out of 4 of the HOLLERBOYS, and believe me, it is an absolute pleasure to have these guys with us. Band of the Year, Josie Award winners, and I can see them taking out literally a Grammy in the very, very near future. In fact, I have a friend of mine, would you believe, guys, Thornell Jones Jr., who happens to be a Grammy Award selector. And I'm going to have a chat to him about you guys. So you never know. The red carpets may continue coming your way. Now, at the same time, how do we buy your music? Are you on Amazon? Are you on Twitter? Sorry, not Twitter. On iTunes and places like that? Because I always like to direct all of our fans to go and buy your music. Where can they purchase that from?
Yeah, everything we have 12 songs out right now on iTunes and Amazon Music. And we have another song, we did a collaboration song with one of our buddies that's local that does country rap. And it's called Silver Bullets. And it's going to be like Lone Ranger and Coors Light, so it's going to be fun. His name's Will the Truth, but we're excited about it. It's coming soon.
Nice, nice. Now, talking about new stuff coming out, and I would absolutely be elated if you would do this, would you let us premiere your new music?
Oh, yeah. As soon as we get Silver Bullets, a release date, we'll let you guys premiere it. We'll send it to you. That'd be awesome.
That's brilliant, because Believe me, we absolutely love your work here, and we love to be able to release new work at the same time. Now, we were also talking a bit about merch and stuff like that. Maybe you might be able to send me a few copies of your CDs and everything like that. A couple of t-shirts. You were talking about hats before. Of course I want the underwear, absolutely I do. And I would love to be able to pick up maybe a little string or two for the wife as well. So if you want to throw something like that at me, I would absolutely love it, even some koozies. But we would love to be able to do a competition here for the HOLLERBOYS, keep the HOLLERBOYS rolling here at Galaxy, and have our fans ring in, answer a few questions. You know how the competitions go, and of course we don't mind where in the world it is. It could be Africa, it could be Australia, but you know, well, maybe we'll put it in, you can pay for the thing when you get there in Australia, where we'll pay everything else everywhere else in the world. Oh, by the way, we have a little bit of fun with Australians. You might be able to gather that one by now. I think it's sort of like the Canadians and the Americans thing. Basically, our national sport here in New Zealand, guys, is rugby union, and Australia just can't play. We're the world champs. We are the world champs. I've got to be honest with you. And a lot of the rugby players around the world don't want to play the All Blacks. They really, really don't. I think the haka scares the heck out of them and they want to go home after that. So literally we are pretty good at it. And I've got to be honest with you, back in the day, just a couple of years ago, we had the World Champ competitions, and while that was happening, we here at Galaxy opened up an 0800 helpline for the Wallaby fans. These are the team is called the Wallabies. Just in case they needed us, would you believe? And the number was 0800 1 0 1 0 1. Didn't get a single phone call. How's that?
Help us.
Yeah, well, you know,
No offense, Usher.
yeah, at the end of the day, they don't have any silverware anyway, so what the heck, you know? They don't even have a plate, let alone a cup. Now, so having said all of that about Australians, we would love to be able to talk about the idea of getting the HOLLERBOYS down here, down under, in New Zealand, playing in front of New Zealand audiences. Would you entertain the idea?
Yeah, I would. That'd be awesome. I've always wanted to go to that area of the world, so.
Nice, nice. Well, I'll tell you what. You guys make it down here, down under, and do a couple of shows down here. We may even share you with Australia. You know, we might even do about 4 or 5 shows over there. Always nice to take their money. But having said that, while you're down here, down under, are you up for a little craziness? Because we Kiwis, we do a few things that are a little off the hook, if you want to put it like that. And we'd love to be able to introduce you to some of the stuff here in New Zealand. And believe me, we have an absolutely stunning country. It is absolutely picturesque in almost every part except for that West Island we call Australia, and believe me, we want to claim it back very, very shortly. We do, because Tasmania, that little island just off the bottom of Australia, would you believe, is connected to the intercontinental belt which we own. So I'm kind of saying, I think Australia should pay us back taxes for that place.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds alright to me.
Anything to get a buck out of Australia, believe me, I'll try it. I really, really will. Literally, we have a thing here in New Zealand on April the 1st. It's called April Fool's Day. I'm sure you're familiar with that. And last April Fool, I actually got in touch with the Navy here in New Zealand, requesting to see if we could get a couple of boats to be able to pull Tasmania back over home. You should have heard the reactions I got out of the Navy. They loved the idea. They really, really did. But yes, we do like to have a few laughs and do a few crazy things here in New Zealand. So are you up for trying something new?
Yes, always.
Oh, yes.
All
I
right.
like to have fun.
All right. Well, first thing you're going to have to do, and I've got to let you know, at least a big suitcase full of mason jars is expected, okay? I'm going to tell you right up front, I want you to bring over at least a foot locker full of mason jars. Full, by the way. And we will kick off an absolutely stunning tour with that alone. Now, have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
Hoo-hoo, Graham?
A hoo-hoo grub.
A hoo-hoo grub?
Yeah. Now, believe me, I know the kind of thing that went through your mind with the hoo-hoo, and believe me, I like your version better. I seriously do like your version better, but we do have a thing here called a hoo-hoo grub. Now, you must have heard of a caterpillar, right?
Yep.
Okay, you're familiar with that. Well, a hoo-hoo grub is like a caterpillar on steroids. It's huge, it's white, it's like a double-decker bus to a poodle, if you know what I mean. It's really big, but it's got a black head. Now, what you do is you put this in your mouth and you bite off the head. You don't want to eat the head, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on it, it's like creamy peanut butter.
I bet you guys are like, woohoo!
You got it. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you've had a jar or two of them, you know, it will be appealing. But you've really got to look at the guy passing you a bowl full of these live wiggly things and wonder what is going through your mind. You really do. So once we get past that, and that's part of the wild foods thing that we do here in New Zealand, because the indigenous folks used to survive on hoo-hoo grubs and a lot of other exotic foods that you would probably never even think about. To be quite honest, you would think, no, there's no way they would eat that. Yes, they do. They do. They really do. But at the same time, I don't know, Barbara, what do you reckon? Down the bottom of the South Island, throw them off a bridge.
For sure.
Yeah, let's throw you off a bridge.
Can I push?
What do you reckon? Up for a bit of bungee jumping, maybe?
Probably have to take extra HOLLERBOYS underwear, but yeah.
I'll do that as long as I will do that with as long as I don't have a broken G-string to jump with.
Oh, so it's underwear jumping. That's funny.
Believe me, I've bungee jumped quite a bit in my time, and I absolutely love the sport, to be very honest with you. And AJ Hackett, the inventor of the game here in New Zealand, is a very close friend of ours. So we're very familiar with what's happening down in Queenstown, and believe me, it is exhilarating. It really is. But luckily, you're not Australian. We will attach the bungee. I'm sure there's other people around you too at the moment just absolutely losing it in the background right now. Now, I wonder...
My wife and my mom are watching.
Oh, okay. Well, you can tell them that I've been sprung. I know they're there. I really do. I get that feeling I'm being watched. Anyway, tell me about Fields of Gold, because you guys have won awards with this. Now, tell me all about the awards you've won for it, and tell me how you come to the song. Where did you get it recorded?
We record all our stuff right now at Blue Creek Production. It's about an hour away over Missouri, and we call them our Blues Brothers because we spend so much time there. We just have a good time with them, Dustin and Thomas. But they do our music videos as well. There's a music video for Field of Gold. And we got nominated for Music Video of the Year and Outlaw Country Song of the Year at the Josie Awards for that song. But my wife, her grandpa was a farmer, and then I grew up around a lot of kids that were farmers. And then Junior's girlfriend's grandparents are both farmers. And I was just thinking about how farmers in general, they farm their whole life. I mean, you don't retire as a farmer. You can't, unless it's passed down generation. So I was just trying to think of, but we twisted with the faith aspect as I was writing it, because they work for their field of gold. Yes, it's gold. Everything's gold before you harvest it. Think about it. And it's worth money. But also I tried to tie it in as a life aspect, like working hard on life as far as heaven for the field of gold. Like, eventually they're going to get their field of gold one way or the other. And then we had a farmer up the road that we've known our whole life that actually passed away the week that we were filming the finishing up. We had a whole season of crops in the music video, but the farmer up the road actually passed away the day they harvested the crops off his property, and it was the week that we were finishing the filming, so we were able to actually capture his funeral. That was a real funeral in the scene. I mean, his grandson pulled his
his farm. My girlfriend's grandfather just passed away too. This was an emotional song for us.
Me and Junior literally called each other and we're like,
bawled our eyes.
We cried over the phone like little girls. We were just like, it was so emotional, and we even had to stop one day at the studio because he had just been to his girlfriend's grandfather's funeral, and just everything was so real as it was all going on. So it was emotional.
You know, I get that, I really, really do, and I got to be honest with you, when I first saw the video, I actually thought that might have been a staged part for the video. Now that you've enlightened me with that, it means so much more to the video and to the music itself. So without further ado, here is the HOLLERBOYS and Fields of Gold.
The video, he was somebody we met through Texas, had a big hurricane, and we raised a bunch of money for hay and feed and stuff and sit down there, and we got to know him, and he actually passed away like almost the exact time. He was on a tractor and he got hit by somebody. He passed away almost the exact time that we were filming the sunset scene, tractor and stuff, and we found out that next morning. So it was like the whole thing just summed up to be super emotional.
You guys are bad luck, right? all this death around these guys. I'm kind of frightened now. Oh my God. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. There might be more to this. You guys. Now, I had a little problem with this one because, believe me, I wasn't sure whether Ebony Dam was actually a dam, or whether it was just, you were saying, Ebony, damned holler. Is it a real dam?
No, so what happened was, there's a guy named Uby, E-U-B-Y, and like a long time ago, before our family moved out here, we live in an actual holler, and he dammed up the holler, and they logged it out, so it's called Uby Dam Holler. But we grew up Pentecostal, so everybody called it Happy Holler. But as we go to town, people be like, "Where you from?" Like, "I'm from Uby Dam." Like, "Oh, you're a holler boy." So that's how we got our name.
Right. Because believe me, I have had so many people ask me, how did the HOLLERBOYS get their name? So I'm going to actually ask you that one, literally. Sorry, I was actually reading Barbara's writing, and so some words don't quite.
Oh, you need to get some ink.
No, I need to
For
put
the
my
printer.
glasses on. That's what it is. I need to put my glasses on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you how you got your name, and at the same time, we'll go into the next song that we have, which is "Stay for One More." Now, I absolutely love this. I'm an engineer myself. I really, really am. I've been an engineer doing
you've got
studio
Moonshine
stuff, doing
Man in
live
between.
bands.
You've got Moonshine Man.
Oh, sorry, I've got Moonshine Man next. Sorry. But I listen to all of your music as an engineer, not as a fan would listen to it, and I can't fault it. I really, really can. And believe me, we hear about 30 songs a day from different bands that want promotions and stuff, if you know what I mean. At the end of the day, we might only do maybe 3 a week, maybe 10 a month, if you know. So we only choose the best stuff. This, and I've got to be honest with you, Dad, I'm really proud of you. You brought up some really good boys here, you have. And these guys are bloody talented. And New Zealand is picking up on you guys. That's why I want you to come down here. But the rest of the world as well is listening and asking questions and wanting to know more about you. We know that some of you are married. What about you, Dad? Are you still married?
Yep. Yes. My mom's sitting over there.
Nice,
Okay,
nice.
sure.
So we'll give Mum a shout out as well. So we'll go right back to the desk and have a bit of fun. And tell Mum to stop smiling. I can see her.
Yes, and they've been married 32 years as of this week.
Awesome. Brilliant timing. Right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and I almost stuffed it up earlier on by saying stay for one more, because I absolutely love that. But before that, we're going to go into Moonshine Man and have a chat about that. Just leading into that though, Adam, we know that you're married, and of course Larry, well, you know, the court's out on Larry at the moment, isn't it? But of course Paul Sr. Now tell me about this. You're still married, and there's a very special occasion coming up very, very shortly.
This is Larry. Larry's my dad.
Larry, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, no, I've just got Paul Jr., and I was under the impression that Paul Sr. was with us as well. But Larry, I do apologise about that. You're the bass player, by the way. Now, a very, very special occasion coming up this week for you.
Yes, our 36th anniversary.
You know, that is an absolute milestone in anybody's relationship, in anybody's life. And I congratulate both of you for getting to this stage in your lives. Like me and my wife, would you believe, she calls me a comfortable old shoe. She's that familiar with me. Now, the problem with that is, as you know, comfortable old shoes usually end up with the dog at the end of the day, don't they?
Right.
That's my future. I can see it now. That's my future. It's coming up. I know that. But at the same time, now, let's talk about Seth. How long has Seth been playing drums for you guys?
Seth has been playing drums since we started, since 2013.
And believe me, I see here in big letters it says that you guys have been playing your instruments since you were children. Did you play any guitars and drums as well?
I play guitar mainly. I played bass a little bit, and then Dad plays guitar and bass. Junior plays guitar and about anything that has strings on it. And Seth plays drums, and we all just kind of grew up playing in church.
Right. So you have a background, of course, being in church and everything like that, and decided to take it further and become basically the best band in America at the moment.
Well, thank you.
Band of the year, you can't argue with that. It is true. It's very, very true. So basically, you've been doing this for many, many years now, and I got to be honest with you. Who taught you to sing?
I just sang. I don't know. I mean, just practiced and sang in church and just the radio. I mean, like, I just singing along. We just grew up kind of singing. Our first paid gig was me and my brother, like little kids. My grandpa pays $10 a month to sing once a week in church.
Well, you know, I'm pleased that happened, because believe me, you've got an absolutely superb voice, and it shows. You can hear the quality in the work that you're putting out right now, and it is justified that you've taken out Band of the Year with the Josie Awards and everything like that. So it is an absolute bonus that we have a frontman that can hold notes and absolutely do the job as well as you can. And I'm sure the rest of the boys are very, very happy to be able to work with you and get this work out to the world. Now, at the same time, how long have you been doing this? You must have been doing this since you were about 6 by the feel of it.
For singing, as far as singing goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd sing a lot when we were younger, messing around, just singing with radio and church kind of, but taking it seriously, I would say about 18, started singing a lot in church about the age of 17, 18.
Fair enough too, because literally it does show, and I'm so pleased that you were able to do that, because I think in the near future, in fact, I don't think it's going to be too far away. You guys are going to be superstars around the world, and to be quite honest with you, when I mentioned earlier on how the fans can get hold of you, I'm sure very, very shortly they're going to be Googling you left, right and centre. You're going to be well ogled, let's put it that way. And believe me, I get well ogled as well. I don't need Google, my wife knows everything. It's true, it really is quite true. I don't need to go to Google at all, I just have to go to the wife. Now, at the same time, I want to talk to you about Moonshine Man, and we get so many requests for Moonshine Man. I got to ask, is it part of the culture where you are right now to be all about moonshine?
To an extent, yeah, we're pretty close to Kentucky.
Yeah, we're about far south as you can get in Illinois, so we're pretty far south, and we're just right next to Kentucky and not far from Tennessee, so we like it.
Very, very cool. Just bear with me a second. I got something come up, and I'll get rid of that so that Barbara doesn't get upset. There you go. Now, I've got to be honest with you. Just out of not too far away from Nashville is a place called Newport, and I spent a couple of years there and got immersed into the culture through the Appalachia and all the redneck brothers over there, and love the product that is brought out there, if you know what I mean. So I absolutely endorse America getting with it and becoming a wet state instead of a dry state. Believe me, we here in New Zealand don't know what that's like. We're allowed to brew as much as we like here in New Zealand. It's completely legal. And you can drink it almost everywhere as long as you're not going to make a nuisance of yourself or get drunk behind the wheel and cause major damages and stuff like that. So we're pretty relaxed about alcohol here in New Zealand. So when I went over there, it was a whole culture shock to me. It was like, you can't do what? Why not? But then they told me that one of your presidents actually used to be a moonshiner. I'm going, now there's double standards for you. How did that work out? I mean, seriously, is it a ploy just to build up a black market and make money that way?
I think people just like it. I guess you could get rich off of it. It's good enough, but eventually you get caught. But I have a friend, I'm not going to say his name, but I watched him make a batch one time, and it was pretty cool. Like, he got caught on fire. Like, he poured on the bench and light it. It was pretty cool.
Well, I tell you what, and believe me, I fully understand, I really, really do. And we're not going to pass this on to any authorities over in the Americas, so don't worry about it. You can speak freely. Your secret is safe with us. We almost have 6 million people listening, so don't worry. Nobody's going to tell you off at all. But having said that, and I really, really, Adam, do you got a still?
I don't have one, no.
Okay.
I know people that do.
Exactly, and so do I, in fact. I've got friends that are over there right now. In fact, I don't know whether you'd be familiar with the name Popcorn Sutton.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Yeah, the legendary...
He's famous moonshine.
Yeah, the legendary moonshiner, absolutely. Well, a friend of mine, would you believe, did a song not so long ago called Moonshine. His name's Jody Medford, and he's with a band called the Cash Creek. And he used, would you believe, on his CD, Popcorn Sutton Still. Of course, apparently his sister has the still at the moment, Miss Sutton, and he's used that. But in the meantime, he's introduced me to other people from a reality TV show called, of course, Moonshiners. The people like Tickle and Tim Smith, and we're going to be talking to Josh very, very shortly as well. And I really want to know if he's still got that wonderful little dog, to be very honest with you. Seems to get into all sorts of mischief. But the whole culture of that, and I absolutely love moonshine. I really, really got to be honest with you. I actually have some here in my freezer right now. I got to be honest, I really do. I have bands that are coming into the country. They bring me some in, and I have no problem with it. I'll drink it all day, every day, as much as you don't need an occasion. Let's just have one, if you know what I mean. That's how good. I love it. But having said that, we don't call them mason jars here, really, do we? We just call them jars, don't we? Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be a pleasure to be able to sit down and have a jar with each and every one of you when you're here in this country. Other than that, I'm going to hop on a plane and come and see you.
Hey, you're more than welcome.
And believe me, your wife won't say that at the end of it, believe me. She would say, get that Kiwi out of my house. She really, really will. But
we're only half hours from Nashville, so we're not far from where you've been.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly where you are. I really, really do. Believe me, I Googled you. I had to find out. I really, really did. But at the same time, I got to admit, I was talking about Jody Medford. He did a video for this particular track called Moonshine, and a couple of the original TV guys turned up. And the girls that he had on the video, would you believe, came from all over America to take part in actually doing the video. These guys got them drunk on moonshine, and, well, the video wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. But apparently you can drive your car on the stuff. I love that idea, I really, really do. But it's got to be over 100%, otherwise you're going to get your cylinders all rusty, right?
I guess so, yeah. I never tried to drive my car on it.
You know, I've tried to tell the wife the same thing. It's got to be over 100% or my cylinder's going to get all rusty. So yeah, she doesn't believe me at all. She really goes, yeah, you just want to have a drink. It's true. So tell me about Moonshine Man. How did that come to be?
So, my brother and I would write some songs together back in the day, and my brother used to play with the band, and for his work he wasn't able to keep playing, but he would just send me random song ideas, and he sent me Moonshine Man, and then I just immediately started just thinking how Moonshine's made, how it's run, so I just started thinking about running Moonshine, typing it all together. We got home, and I got my slide out on the guitar, and he was tapping on the guitar case, and we put the music to it not even 5 minutes, and then we were just giggling. We're like, oh, you gotta get that cheesy grin. He was like, oh, we love it. So, and we started playing it out. People loved it, so we had to put it on CD.
Well, I got to be honest with you. Since we've been playing it here, we've got up over 5,000 requests for this track. So, without further ado, let's not hold it back. Here is the HOLLERBOYS and Moonshine Man at Galaxy.
Song.
Yeah, I love it too. It's absolutely stunning. I really do. Let's get that right. Stop plaiting it. Are you comfortable, guys?
Oh yeah.
Nice. So who's responsible for all the dead bodies on the wall behind you?
Those are his now. Those are his.
I'm gonna walk here. So there's a couple ducks. There's my 2 deer. And then there's my Mississippi flyway. I got 4 ducks down this wall. I got a turkey over there.
Oh, that's unusual. Turkey.
That's no way
I got another
to...
duck.
Stuffed turkey. I never heard of that.
And tell me, was that the lovely wife that just ducked?
Yeah, that's my wife. They're sitting over here. That's my wife.
Hi, I didn't recognise you without your bikini on.
I need a hot bikini.
I'm sorry, you need a hug for what?
A hollow boy bikini.
Adam, you haven't got her a HOLLERBOYS bikini yet? What's going on?
Still working on the G-string.
yeah, work on the engine room first. We'll talk about the rest later. I get it, I understand. Please apologise to your lovely wife. I am always like this.
She said so, Mike.
She'll find out when she comes with you down here, down under. She will. She'll have a ball.
We really do want to come down. That'd be awesome.
Nice. We'll talk more about it. Let's get back to the
Can we talk about a thing called Leslie's we're working with another song?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on a minute. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 6 away from 12 o'clock, 16 degrees downtown, only 2 off our high, and I know we're going to get there now, Monday, October 15th, joining the HOLLERBOYS coming out of Illinois right now, and absolutely having a blast. Now, Adam, you were saying, can we give a shout out to somebody?
Yeah, to an organization called Leslie's Week. I wrote a song called She's Gonna Win. It's not recorded yet, but you can see it on our YouTube. It's about a lady having cancer. We try to give back to cancer, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we've been working with an organization called Leslie's Week that takes women. They take women with stage 4 breast cancer and pay for them to take their families on vacation, and then they set up education funds for their children after they pass in their mom's name. So it's an awesome organization, and we've been trying to raise money for that and working with them. But when we release the song, it's going to be Leslie's Week's official song, so we're pretty excited.
You know, that is incredible. I absolutely love that because we're big fans of supporting breast cancer awareness, and believe me, we love to be able to get behind these particular projects as well. So if there's any way that we can help in any way, shape or form, please don't hesitate to ask. We would absolutely love to do that, even if it's a bit of advertising, much like what you gave them a plug right now. And what a wonderful organisation that is.
Yeah, it's amazing. We just got started with them this summer, and we got to go down and meet families and everything, and it was an emotional weekend, but it was amazing at the same time.
I believe you. I really do believe you, and well done to you guys for getting involved in such a worthy cause. It really, really is something that is close to all of our hearts here in New Zealand as well. And believe me, there really should be less of that in the world. There really should. We should have eradicated it by now, many, many, many moons ago. So it is tragic that anybody can come down with such a debilitating disease. And good on you guys for helping make awareness and putting your part into that. And I understand, I really, really do. At the same time, I got to ask you though, when you're down here, down under, would you be interested in having a look at some of the projects we've got? Maybe, you never know, we might be able to do a contra somewhere along the way, you know, when you do a show there, and maybe you want to release your song with us as well. We might be able to get some of the health board here and the awareness for breast cancer and everything like that involved as well, and see if we can get them to bring you guys down here as ambassadors for that particular cause.
Hey, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Because believe me, that is a stunning way to look at things, if you know what I mean. And I am so proud that you've said that, because women's health, believe me, it is absolutely paramount that we have our wives and our sisters and our mothers and our aunties and everybody safe and happy in life. And I couldn't commend you guys more than doing something like that. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. Now, I've got to ask you at the same time, while you're down here, is there anything in particular that you would like to do? Maybe the wife would like to go out and do a bit of shopping and stuff like that. Believe me, Barbara is an absolute queen at doing stuff like that. She can take all the women everywhere they need to go and will absolutely love it. But at the same time, I've got to let you know, Barbara is a farm girl. She has her own country farm and comes home. She travels about an hour every day to come into work and then goes home again. And she won't let me near her property simply because I said to her I wanted to go and ride the sheep. What do you?
We would love that.
Yeah, absolutely. I reckon we could have a jar or two out of Barbara's place and go chasing sheep and cows, and you know, even if we're extra. I'm not kidding, she really does. In fact, I'm sure she'll send you some photos of some of her sheep and stuff, and she'll say that every single one is a grunt-free zone. Hey, Barbara, not allowed to ride your sheep.
No.
Painkiller.
All my chickens. All my chickens.
Not even allowed to ride the chickens. That's just it now. Been banned from all wildlife on Barbara's farm. And at the same time, I started to talk to you earlier on about Stay for One More. Now, I absolutely love this track, and we're getting up in the numbers now to about 6,500 requests for this particular track. Tell me all about it.
So, it was just the idea, like, I remember, back to my wife, she's inspired a lot. I've written a lot of songs, but I felt like my wife came into the picture and I started writing better songs. It was like the motivation, I don't know how to describe it that way, but, like, the first time we went out, and it was just like, you don't want to go home. Like, kind of like Fast Lane Fantasy vibe, like, you're getting to know each other, like, you know what, why don't we just stay for one more? And then I felt like the song needed something else, and then I was just being silly. I got frustrated, I just started rapping, and my wife was like, do that again! So then I just did it again. She's like, you have to leave that in there. I was like, I don't know. Then I showed the guys, who were like, it's kind of like in the movies, like, it just might work. You know what I mean? So we just left it in there.
Well, I absolutely love it. And you know something? Your wife has had such an influence on your music. It is absolutely brilliant. I can understand pre-wife and after-wife, or post-wife, if you want to put it like that. Your talents have grown so exponentially that we can't absolutely put a finger on it until now of why you guys are so successful. This is what it is, isn't it? And believe me, you know something? The last time I asked if I could stay one more night, I got chucked out anyway. It's true.
I love it.
It's true. It really, really is. You know, we're sitting there going, no, I'm not putting up with you. Get the hell out. So, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Joined by the HOLLERBOYS coming out of Illinois. Here it is. Stay for one more.
You were hilarious, yes, I agree.
It's true, it's all true, I tell you. It really is quite true. The last time I actually asked if I could stay over, she goes, no fucking way, get the hell out.
Oh no, we're on Facebook, you're not on. That's alright, they won't ban me. You're going to get me banned from Facebook. Swearing.
Sorry, Facebook. You know, in fact, who is on Facebook with us?
Oh, we've got Guy Carter, Craig Nolder, Joshua, he's a regular. I can't read it, the others, they're up there somewhere. But hi everyone.
Yeah, welcome along. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining the HOLLERBOYS coming out of Illinois. These guys are an absolute laugh. And good. There you go. Hold on.
Hang on a minute. Keep it there. He's gone to get his moonshine.
I'll see you a jar and put you up for one.
I'm going to take a photo of it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, believe me, guys. When I said I was into moonshine, I wasn't lying. I really am. I love it. Absolutely love it. Nectar of the gods.
Kerosene.
Well, that's what they bought it in. The customs wouldn't let it in, apparently, until we paid the tax on it. But that's how it arrived, literally.
Yeah, well,
Apparently, you can put it in your car. Did we do that?
yes.
Well, it looks
I
like
have to
it,
get it down there.
maybe it looks like it came out of a car.
Yeah, I know the affected.
So, tell me, what flavour are you drinking, Adam?
It is hazelnut rum.
Oh, okay.
This sounds really, really cool.
We got this out of where the Josie Award was at.
Okay,
And yep.
nice. So that explains the spa party afterwards.
Yeah.
I get it now. I do. I get it.
Back to the desk.
Back to the desk.
We don't wanna miss my chance, miss my shot to show you what I got. Stay for one more drink, for one more kiss, girl, what we think. If I stay for one more dance, one more chance with you, I might just stay.
You picked up the wrong
For
stuff.
one more drink, for
Oh,
one
what
more
was that?
kiss, girl, what
Oh,
we
got the names on it.
Miss my shot to show you what I got. Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Glad to have everybody along. It is 5 after 12 o'clock, 17 degrees. Only a degree off our high. I know we're going to make it. And guys, I've got to be honest with you. I was going through these notes that are handed to me, and there's one here that says Bellamy Brothers, and it kind of got me. I was sort of like, why is this here, if you know what I mean? Now, we are doing a show with the Bellamy Brothers. We're bringing them into New Zealand and doing a couple of gigs with them up and down the countryside, but it kind of threw me. I'm going, you know, and it says, I quote, the love still flows, celebrating 40 years of pop music in the charts of the 70s and 80s, which is quite true. But what it was Barbara had written on the back of it all your names, so that's why it was in there. I'm going, now, are these guys going to be doing an opening for the Bellamy Brothers? And if so,
Yeah.
please say hi
Why
to the
not?
boys. But they're good friends of ours, of course, David and Howard. But there's a thought. There's a thought. I might actually have a chat to David and Howard and their manager and get a gig together with you guys. Would you be interested in doing something like that?
That would be awesome.
You know, believe me, I got to be honest with you, when the Bellamy's come down here, down under, I got to keep an eye on one of them because he kind of likes women a lot younger than himself, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to have to put that guy on a lead, I'm sure of it. You know, we'll just tie him down a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but believe me, there's one there that has my kind of sense of humour, to be very, very honest with you. And if we get together, we're going to get arrested within hours, literally. And normally, guys, when I invite people here to New Zealand, and believe me, we do bring bands into the country, and I got to be honest with you, it's purely selfish. It's not about the money, but it is about the money. Let's be honest. But it's about getting New Zealand artists on stage with some real bands from overseas, some big names, and of course up and coming names, and breaking indie artists also into New Zealand markets and stuff like that. So there's a bit of a deal that we have going on there, if you know what I mean, getting this happening. And Barbara is the manager of Aurora Entertainments that makes that happen. Of course, she works with managements on all fields and, of course, sponsors and everything like that to be able to get it all together. And then at the same time, she also instructs us on where things are going to be, which are being used and all that sort of stuff. Takes care of all the logistics right down to preferred foods and possibly any medical, anything medical that we may need to know about. Barbara is the person. She makes sure that everybody is well catered for. And so when we found out about the Bellamy brothers coming to town, she got a little bit worried when she found out that one of them likes younger women. And I kind of agreed with him. I said, you know...
She'd be coming with me, so...
Yeah. But I was the first person to say, can we test this product out before we hand it over? I would be the first person to put my hand up for that job, to be quite honest with you. And guys, if you are listening, believe me, keep me in mind for that one. I'll do that. But when we get you down here, down under, guys, I got to warn you, you better bring your wives just to keep, you know, everything seemly, to be very honest with you, because, quite frankly, we could get you arrested within 24 hours, the way we're going.
We might be able to stay for one more. We'll get kicked out.
Well, at least you made it here once, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing like going home with mug shots. You'll be able to show all your friends. This is what they do in New Zealand. This is what the inside of a police car looks like. This is what their uniforms look like. Yeah, the whole history of it. You know, we could take snapshots all day with that one, believe me. And we could do it in different cities, if you know what I mean. We can make a trilogy out of this. And one or two Australian cells just to keep the international flavour rolling. And believe me, Dad, I think you and I would be the first ones to say, oh, hell, what the hell, let's do it anyway.
Right.
Look, a long time ago, I gave up on the term, let's not and say we did. Now it's let's do it and say we didn't.
I love it.
So, this brings us now to the #1 requested HOLLERBOYS song. And believe me, guys, we have gone ballistic here. We're talking about 13,000 requests in a number of weeks. How the hell have you done it? I don't know. Tell me all about Cow Tipsy.
Can I tell you a backstory to the song, how it came about? So, me and Junior, we went out one night, and I teach in grade school at the time, and I was on the school bus the next day and had a headache. Just had a headache, you know. And I was looking out the window, and I saw a bunch of cows, and I literally just like, cow tipsy. And then I started writing it in my phone, and then we couldn't get the music right for like, what, months? Which never happened to us. Finally, one of us messed up and went down out. We're like, oh, that works. And then like, it just worked out. And people love it. And so we put the music video out as our first song, and people just ate it up. I mean, it's kind of like, even little kids, we get people sending us videos, little kids being like, cow tipsy. I don't know if they know what it means, but like, cow tipsy.
Well, I got to be honest with you guys. I too was rather confused when I heard the name and saw it for the first time, and loved the song straight up. Absolutely loved the song straight away. But I had visions of you guys wandering around in the dark with mason jars, pushing cows over.
That's what I said.
It's like the American dream.
Yeah, I absolutely thought it was a new sport. I really, really did. And Barbara won't let me anywhere near her cows. Hey, listen, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll go and rock up to Barbara's place, no worries. As long as I've got a good mason jar in my hand, I'll have a go at pushing cows over anytime. Yeah, absolutely. As long as it becomes a new sport.
We can re-release it in New Zealand as Sheep Tipsy. Sheep Tipsy!
I know. Barbara's absolutely thumbs up on that one. She loves that idea, absolutely. But I got to be honest with you, since we've been playing it, over 13,000 requests, and believe me, we don't get that many requests for one particular band, for one particular song, ever. You've broken all kinds of records with this, and we want to know literally how you did it. Of course, you've explained all of that. So tell me, when you come here to New Zealand, and besides the Sheep Tipsy thing, shall we just, tip on out to Barbara's place and have a little go at it?
Sounds good to me.
I like this idea, I really, really do. Barbara's going to be sitting at the window at all hours of the night now with a shotgun waiting for me to turn up. I know it. She'll come into work the next day looking bedraggled, and I'll go, what's going on? Didn't get any sleep or something?
When we made the music video for this, we literally, like, all the side-by-sides and people that showed up, we didn't even know who they were. We were just basically, like, studio advertising the area. It was like, hey, we're making a music video. Cal Tipsy is going to be a big party in the field. So, like, everybody started showing up. So it was awesome.
It's basically a big party.
Yeah, I mean, like, we basically just partied for 2 days and made a video out of it.
You know
My wife
something?
had to step in about 5 times.
That really sounds familiar. Believe me, when I come to work too, there's people here, I don't know who the hell they are either. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not making a video. No, I'll tell you something. The other day I walked down the hallway. I was going in from one office to the other, and this guy walked past me in a pair of blue overalls. And I sort of looked at him and he goes, plumber.
Hey, at least he's wearing overalls so you can see his crack.
Exactly. But you know something? That's what our production team wear as well. They have these little blue things with straps on them, like boiler suits. You know what I mean? I'm sure you're familiar with them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing missing is a jar in their head, to be quite honest. So, but believe me, it was sort of like, who the hell are you? we get so many people up here at the office. It is always, you got to wander around with a smile on your face because you never know, it might be a plumber or it might be a client or it might be something else. You never know what's going on up here. It's so busy all the time. But it really is quite strange when you walk into your own work and there's all these faces you have no idea who the heck they are or what even job they do.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, well, I've been known, to be quite honest, and if you have a look in the newspapers and stuff like that, you might see restaurants opening up looking for staff that are good waiters, if you know what I mean. Well, that's a cue for me to go to any restaurant, sit there, and I will sit there all day as long as you pay me. Waiting. Well, that's what it's like up here. You wander into somebody's sitting on the couch. What do you do? Yeah. It's crazy up here. It really, really is. So, without further ado, and I've got to be honest, I've just been told 13,712 requests since we've started playing Cat Tipsy. We better play it. You're right.
Thank you, everybody. Cal Tipsy. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, you guys are all.
Believe me, guys, they won't stop requesting it. I know that. And we have you on a number of shows, and we really do. Well, 16 hours of country music on a Sunday. You fit in there all of your songs, and believe me, everybody's listening around the world to that particular show. Monday night, we have you again in Galaxy Artists, and that's going to be again tonight. We're going to have the HOLLERBOYS playing. And of course, we had you as well as the feature artist today in the Galaxy Breakfast Show as well. So we play you guys quite a bit down here, and at the same time, even from time to time when we do get phone-in requests and everything like that people ask for, we'll throw those in as well. So your name is getting well known with Galaxy 107 FM, and the thing is, literally, the only song they're asking for, literally, is Cow Tipsy. So I can't wait for the next time you guys come back and give us some new work to see how that compares to Cow Tipsy. So now you've set yourself a benchmark.
Yeah. Hopefully Silver Bullets will be awesome. We'll send it to you as soon as we get it. We'll let you guys play it before it's even out. So people that are requesting Cow Tipsy, maybe they'll be like Silver Bullets.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, that's basically because we didn't tell everybody right away that we were going to be doing the interview. But we did mention to go to our website on www.galaxyfm.co.nz. Go and have a look at the homepage because we've got your trip, that video of you guys going to the Josie Awards on there. And we just left it at that, just for, you know, a little bit of a teaser and everything. Last week we started advertising that we were going to be talking to you, and we got our lines were literally chogged up for a day. We had a poor internet engineer over there panicking because nobody could get through to us. Everybody was wanting to know more about the HOLLERBOYS, and that's why we have the numbers that we have right now. And it was absolutely fascinating. The one thing that kept on coming up, of course, was Cow Tipsy, and they wanted to know everything about it. I'm sure you've sufficiently explained the whole thing, and I am looking forward to getting together with you guys with a few mason jars out at Barbara's place in the middle of the night. We'll go and toss a couple of cows on its bum and see how it goes. But in the meantime, right here at Galaxy 107 FM, here is the HOLLERBOYS, Cow Tipsy.
Can you remember?
I'm sorry? How many?
13,000 something.
13,712 requests.
That's crazy.
That's the world market for you. It speaks volumes. It really does. It really does. And we're honoured. And I got to say, guys, thank you for taking the time out for joining us, especially at your dinner time over there. And especially putting up with a silly old fool like myself here in New Zealand. Absolutely appreciate your time. I really, really do.
Guys, so much. You don't even know. Like, that's what we live for. We love this.
Nice, nice. Well, seeing we've done an interview now, and including Dad, you're all part of the family now of Galaxy 107 FM. So if you ever feel that you want to have a chat or anything like that, hit up Barbara. We will be more than happy to be able to get online, even if it's for a sociable on a Friday night or something. You feel, you know, that
Which is there,
you've got your fish and chips and a nice jar. You feel like chatting to a Kiwi. Please hit us up. We'd be more than happy to be able to have a chat with you.
Do they have fish and chips?
I don't know.
We'll come see you.
Yeah.
We always want to go somewhere.
Exactly. Well, you know, as I said, that foot locker of alcohol's got to come with you, though.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out somehow. We'll put it in Junior's suitcase, and then if he gets busted, we'll just say, mail it, Junior.
Don't worry, Junior. Just put a HOLLERBOYS G-string on top and say, not mine.
I'll just make sure I'm wearing it.
Send me one, I'll snap you back.
I'll take the photos. I'll take the photos.
Barbara's volunteering to take the photos. Hold on, guys.
I have proof.
Oh, man. Right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined by the HOLLERBOYS and the number one HOLLERBOY song requested right now, Cow Tipsy, with over almost 14,000 requests so far, so don't stop requesting that. Keep it coming on in. And believe me, guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. Now, we would love to be able to do an interview with your new music and everything that you're going to be doing in the future, so please don't be strangers. At the same time, I would be very, very honoured to be able to wear your brand, and especially doing interviews like this, and vicariously, you see, It's a subliminal thing. It really, really is. Right now I'm wearing the white walls. Thank you to Chuck and Todd, by the way, for giving me this. And believe me, people, look, they really, really do. So it's always a good little marketing ploy to be able to do that. Would love to give away some of your CDs, some of your... And please, if you're going to throw something in, throw a hat in. I absolutely love caps. You know what I'm talking about, Junior, right? You know? Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. So,
Absolutely. So we'd love to be able to promote you as much as possible, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to work with a professional team like yourselves. And of course, being Band of the Year for the Josie Awards, extra special for me over here down under in New Zealand. And it's an absolute pleasure to be able to entertain you guys and bring you guys down to New Zealand. We would love to do that. We really, really would. So please keep in contact with Barbara. I'm sure that she'll be able to do something. At the same time, she's also going to send you all the relevant details on how to be able to post stuff to us, everything like that. She'll take care of that for you. But I'm going to ask you at the same time, I don't know, well, I know that you were listening today while you were driving around with your lovely wife, Adam, listening to the station. You may have heard that we have things here we call stingers, liners, voiceovers, whatever you would call it, from our bands. How would you guys like to do a couple of those for us that we can play here on Galaxy 107 FM and keep the HOLLERBOYS running forever and a day? It's going to be around until the moon turns green again, and believe me, we would love to be able to promote you as much as possible. That could be anything from saying something about listen to us on Galaxy 107 FM, or even a new song that you have introducing that da-da-da-da-da. So we would love to be able to do that. Would you entertain that idea as well?
I could use my phone and I could turn it so I can tell you guys.
Nice, nice. Now, if you're going to use your phone, please make sure that you have a good microphone on that, because sometimes it gets a little crackly and a little not so nice, if you know what I mean, and sometimes we just can't use them. So a good microphone that is basically a condenser microphone that can pick up your voice very, very well. We'd be more than happy to be able to play that and work on it and put it into our system. Again, at the same time, as I say to you, we would love to be able to play any of your stingers that you do for your music as well. Forthcoming as well, we would love to be able to have everything there so that the fans can actually relate to each and every song and stuff like that. And maybe even some of the shows that we do. You might introduce a show or something like that, like you're listening to Sunday Country Rock or something like that. You know what I mean? And we would love to be able to have you guys doing that. It's all about keeping the HOLLERBOYS in the ears of our fans, and believe me, that's what we want to do. We absolutely want to do that. Now, I got to apologise, especially Dad, your lovely wife, and Adam, your lovely wife, for my behaviour today. I only apologise once, so the next time you see me, maybe I might get slapped.
No.
It has been an absolute pleasure, guys. Please do not go anywhere just yet. We've got a couple of more things that we're going to do just off air. But in the meantime, we're going to go back to Studio 2. Yep, absolutely. And here's the Angels. Take the long way right here at Galaxy.